YouTube, what's going on, guys? Vaughn back again with another video. Today, I basically wanted to talk about like the different phases of life that we go through, and I was just thinking to myself earlier, like, okay, like what phase am I in? And I just was thinking, like the current phase that I'm in right now is definitely trying to figure out what I want to do long term with myself, because I'm tired of short term thinking. Definitely just trying to figure out what makes me happy. Um, I did figure out right now, um, I moved away from where I used to live in New York and currently living in Texas. Um, and finally got my own place. Before I was living with family, so that's something that I wanted to do for me. But definitely trying to figure out myself and trying to figure out my life and trying to figure out what's the next steps that I can need to take to grow financially right now. And that's something that's been on my mind a lot. So right now I feel like I'm just in a phase when it comes to work, when it comes to this YouTube channel, when it comes to a lot of things, where I feel like I'm in a phase where it's basically a grinding phase, and it's a phase of, if you really want things to happen, how much sacrifice and how much sacrifice, hard work, and consistency can you put in to make this thing happen? How long are you willing to stick it out? Um, so that's certain things that I've been thinking about when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to what I want to do long term. I feel like everything has to make sense for me. I kind of don't want to do things really just for the money. I kind of want to do things that's like kind of aligned with me as a person or my personality and stuff like that. So yeah, man. If I don't know if you guys out there, sometimes you could be in a phase of your life where you're gonna have to be working, probably 6, 7 days a week. Probably in a phase of your life where you're working and you're going to school, or you're building a business, or whatever the hell it is. You're in that phase where the 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 grind must continue and be consistent if you actually want these things to happen. Sometimes you have to do that because you're in a phase where you have to do that. Sometimes you don't have the right now. You're not in a phase where you could just lay back and chill, because right now you're in that phase where you have to put in a certain amount of work, and sometimes it could be an uncomfortable amount of work. Sometimes it could mean you have to do things that you don't want to do when you're supposed to do it. It could mean whatever it is. Okay, I gotta do this to focus on my business and I feel tired. Okay, but you got to try to fight it. Or I don't want to go to the gym. Well, you want to stay consistent on that. Or it could be, I got school. Okay, you just left work. You just did an 8 hour shift, 10 hour shift. Now you got to go to work. Now you got to go to school. Sorry, to go get that skill or whatever the case may be. So, um, sometimes I feel like it can be pretty, of course, pretty challenging. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. And especially if you actually want what you want, you're going to have to go through a phase. There's just different phases of life, like, okay, the phase where you was probably going out all the time. Then you have the phase where you're grinding, where you're not going out that much. Those same people are not seeing you anymore. Then you have the phase of, probably, marriage, kids, whatever the case may be. And then you got the phase where you could just kick back and enjoy, like, all the fruits of your labor off of what you did and feel proud about it. So that's something I wanted to talk about today. And, I just wanted to make you think about that and ask yourself, what phase am I in? And be okay with that. Be okay with having to grind. Be okay with whatever the case may be, I have to grind. I'm trying to get my business off the ground. I'm trying to get my YouTube channel off the ground. I'm trying to go to school. It might be a phase where you got to be working 2 jobs to pay off some debt. Whatever it is, everybody is in a phase. Everybody is not in the same phase. So I just want you to think about what phase you're in and actually say to yourself, okay, I'm in this phase. This is what it is. And I'm going to work as hard as I can to get out of this phase or whatever the case may be. And just think about it. You might be in a phase where you was working for so long and so hard, where now you can actually kick back and you can actually cut some hours. You can actually enjoy yourself a little bit more, take a vacation, do certain things like that. You might be in that phase. I don't know. But all I know is that all of us are in different phases and everybody can't do what everybody else is doing. So you definitely should run your own race, know what phase you're in, and just like try to make the process as enjoyable as possible. So, and this as well, I'm on the journey as well, trying to figure this out. And I just feel like I'm in a phase, like I said, of exploring what I want to do, growing myself as an individual, and with all things, including financially. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, guys. As of course, this channel is about trying to uplift people as much as possible. And I thought about this topic today, and I just thought to myself, I want to talk about this, because I know that all of us are not in the same phases. And I just feel like I'm in a phase right now of grinding and trying to figure out myself on a higher level, including financially. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, guys. All right, peace.